Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here this morning. Appreciate your viewership. Let's start with our weather. Before we start our weather, of course, I want to thank Billy Grantham for being here yesterday and taking care of the show. He and his guests. That was a really good show. You're talking about some big catfish. I mean, you know, like that big, literally, throw them over your shoulder kind of catfish. And some big bucks and all. So we appreciate a show like that. And that's a true Florida Panhandle Outdoorsman right there. Okay, moving on with our weather. It's brought to us, like I say, by Drew Pollard and his hardworking crew at Gulf Coast Air Conditioning. High today, 88, low 74. And water temperature is also 88 degrees. And we're going to talk about water temperature later on in the show because we're going to start seeing a little bit of change in it. Take a look at our river readings brought to us by Panama City Coca-Cola, right here, local folks taking care of our refreshment needs. Okay, the Apalachicola Bluntstown at about a 4.1, dropping out right there. Strong dropping out. And then the Choctawhatchee, Caryville, how about a 1.4? It looks like it's going to go underground on it. Really low. Our guests yesterday were talking about how low this past weekend the Choctawhatchee was, and it's still low. So they need some rain up in that watershed going on up in there in South Alabama, and get some water in there. Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Today is September the 12th. Looking at good tides today, really good strong tides. Looking at a high tide this morning at 9:18 and low at 6:45 tonight. Our wind direction be coming a little bit out of south, about 9. Real close to double digits, about close as you can get, but south at 9. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. I have some pictures and all to show you, but I want to go ahead and I always like to tell you how I feel about things. But scalloping is on my mind. I'm not going to talk about it much today, but this week we're going to talk about a scalloping situation and maybe have a little bit of video. And this has been weighing on my mind the last couple of days, last week or so. And I want to share some thoughts with you and get some feedback maybe from y'all because it's a situation that we need to take a look at. All right, let's move on with some pictures. All right, here we go. How about the FWC? This is their poster. I love it. Wanted, cobia, a cash reward. Listen, first time ever, they're paying $50 for your cobia. You keep the fillets. You can't beat that. So it's coming up March through September of 23 and 24. So go ahead and, I know that's ways off, but that's very interesting. They've been proactive on this. And we've talked about it. In fact, here's what they're saying. Our researchers are looking to work with you to sample the reproductive organs of harvested cobia. When you donate a harvested cobia, you get a $50 reward if our researchers collect valuable information by sampling the reproductive organs as determine if and where they spawn along Florida's coastline. It goes on to say, of course, we'll talk about later the actual phone number here from St. Petersburg to Pensacola. Okay, fish must be kept whole. And if you catch a tagged one, they want you to go ahead and, where did it say that one? A tagged one, you just release it. But anyway, I want to mention this. I think they're saying they're testing reproductive organs, and I'm sure they are, but in addition, I think they're testing some other things, and I don't know if this is a long shot. We're talking about the big oil spill they had in the Gulf, and that's really everybody that fishes, all these old timers and people like me that fish our entire life. We saw it started going down then. So we feel like maybe the chemicals in the water, and of course they've been denied, but and nothing we can do about it. We can't take the chemicals out of the water, but what we can do is, you get some, reproductive ponds and everything, just start reproducing them and getting them out like we do catfish farms and stuff like that. So anyway, that's interesting, okay? All right, move on to this next picture. This is cool. If you're from St. Joe, down that area, Gulf County, this is funny. I was driving by the other day, there were people parked all beside the road, and I first thought, somebody out there must be in trouble. And everybody's looking out on the water. This flamingo has stolen the hearts of all of us in Port St. Joe. This is a pink flamingo that got blown in with the hurricane, and it's from down south, and it's sort of homesteaded right here. That's right along the drive, right there on 98, right there. You pass it, there's the church, go about 400 or 500 yards. You'll see people taking, I've seen photographers with a big old telephoto lens, and it's humorous to me that people are enjoying that. I'm tickled to see it, but it's pink flamingo, and also I understand St. Mark's National Wildlife Refuge has got some up there too. And that's what a hurricane will do. Those birds just get up there and just sort of go with the flow, because they can't fight it. So that's interesting. Okay. My buddy Charles Willis. Hey Winston, I think I may take my puppy up for this. Just thought you may want to go and check it out. Give me a call. Well, what's he talking about? How about this? Saturday, October 28th, a dog snake aversion clinic. You know, teaching a dog to avoid snakes. Snake avoidance aversion will be conducted by Jason Clark from Southeastern Reptile Rescue. So it consists of a small course where various venomous snakes are arranged in cages and non-venomous used. So Charles, I'm gonna try to go to that. Let me know where it's going to be, and we'll talk more about it, because that's here's more information. It's gonna be Saturday, and talks on about, let's see, different. The dog is led. Listen to this. The dog is led back through a course to gauge its reaction. The training is used to allow your dog to associate the sound and smell of a live snake. It will help them avoid the danger. It's $75 per dog for a session. That's not a bad deal right there, but they'll learn something like that. It could save his life. Thank you, Charles Willis, for sending that. Speaking of snakes, my buddy Brent Donner. Brett's one of our everyday viewers. Sir Winston, occasionally you have an interesting, thank you for that compliment, occasionally we do, have an interesting segment on snakes in our area. Here are 2 diamondback rattlesnakes from right here in Compass Lake in the hills. One picture of me sporting my custom-made Panhandle Outdoors t-shirt, and the other is Captain Turtle with Mike Grazioso. He's a normal-sized person for comparison to the snakes, 66 inches and 67 inches. Have a great day. Love your program. Our unruly gang watches religiously. Brett Donner, Compass Lake in the hills. All right, here we go. Check that out, folks. That is some huge, that's what we call those sandhill rattlesnakes. They're big up there. Look at there. Now check out that Panhandle Outdoors shirt. That makes the snake look bigger. Thank you, Brett, for sending that, sharing that with us, because those things are, we talk about snakes a lot, and we do, and these big rattlesnakes, they're prolific throughout the Panhandle. You may not get to see many, but I know up at my place up in Jackson County and Calhoun County up in that area, they're big ones that you've seen before, and right there you saw, that's right up in the Sand Hills. I know over there off the Choctawhatchee River on that, where you get up there in the highland, there's a lot of snakes up there, a lot of rattlesnakes. Let's take a break, we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. So glad you're with us this morning. I was just telling Jeff during a commercial break there about, I flashed back to a memory talking about those rattlesnakes. My dad, when he was a young man, he remembered having a horse, and they of course outlived out in the country in West Gaston, and the story he told was about how one of the really big snakes actually hit their horse, and when he hit the horse, it knocked the horse down, the power of the snake coming at you, because they're just launching. And I just never saw that, but I remember him telling the story several times when we were out in the woods, watch out for snakes, and he'll tell me the same story over and over again, but I wish you could tell it to me one more time. Let's move on. Hey, we got coming up now, we mentioned this yesterday on the show, this tournament over here in Bristol, Saturday, September 30th, it's tournament number 2. The fish got to be alive. It's a Legends Flathead tournament. Registration is 9 a.m. until 9:30. Okay, tournament starts at 5 p.m. on Saturday, September the 30th, and it's going to end Sunday morning at 11 o'clock. $100 per boat. Kids enter free, goes on down. Scales will close midnight and reopen at 6 a.m. In other words, you catch the fish at 2 a.m., you have to wait at 6 a.m. to bring it in. First place, $2,500. And then women's biggest, these are actual add-ons here. And then a $1,000 prize will be given to combined weight for the May and September tournaments. Okay, that's 4 fish. So this is just a series of these tournaments. They've got a good thing going up there. Fish must be alive now. And here's the phone number right here. Tommy Ernest and Tiff Thompson. You can see the number right there, and they'll be helping run it. Good fishermen right there. All right, so y'all check that out. Moving on, we got a lot of stuff to cover. How about Steve Rogers? Good morning, Coach. We carried 3 of the grandsons to Blue Springs recently to have a picnic lunch and cool off a bit. We can understand that. The boys had a great time swimming and being boys. They also, on their own, decided to clean up the area while snorkeling. They didn't get a lot, but we're proud of the few they did. Old pop tops, bottle caps, several pieces of broken glass, rope, even a mask someone lost. At the end of the day, Granddad and Granny were about whipped, but enjoyed every minute of it. Left to right is Jarrett, Jeremy, and Logan Rogers. And here are the pictures. And look at that. Is that not a great picture? Look at the trash they picked up there. Good job, boys. I'm proud of y'all. I'm going to zoom in on that trash they picked up. They did that on their own. I showed some good raising right there. Congratulations to the Rogers family. Those boys will continue doing stuff like that and take care of outdoors. Good job there. Jose Ponce, he fishes at Choctawhatchee. Is that not just a beautiful picture of a Choctawhatchee River brim? Isn't that beautiful? And that's not the only one he caught. Check it out. He catches, he caught a little bit of everything, catfish, and he catches fish on a regular basis. I need to get Jose. He's been on the show one time, a long time ago. If you're watching this morning, Jose, give me a call, and I want you to come back on the show and tell about your secrets. Coming up now, this is right around the corner. How about this weekend? You grab a plate, the Shaddai Shriners, our local Shriner group. You know how much they do for the community. This is their fundraiser, 11 o'clock at Sheffield Park in Lynn Haven. $10 per plate. You get 3 pieces of fish. Thank you for supporting us. You get coleslaw, baked beans, hush puppies, and a soda. So I'm going to try to run by there and get some of that. So the Shaddai, you know where that money goes. So many good things they do. This is coming Saturday. Okay, Jerry Forehand. Jerry, I've got some good pictures here. Jerry's one of these outdoorsmen. He just whatever's in season, he just hit it hard. Day trip out of Indian Pass. It was too rough, so we trolled out. It caught squirrelfish for live bait. Okay, these little things that you see mentioned here, this is what the old timers have learned to do over the years. They had to go to Plan B, got squirrelfish, trolled and catch a bonita, ran across a show of fish, turned around, caught all these on that spot. Also released 6 nice red grouper with a descending device that was free by taking an online course. Fish bit great. They sometimes do like rough water. Let me read that again. They sometimes do like rough water. And that is so true. Here's just a series of pictures from it. He said, you can tell it's rough, and they got a medium-sized boat there. Look at there. He got 4 or 5 pictures here. Now he and a couple of guys with him. These boys know how to fish, but I can see how rough. It is right there. So, okay. So let's see. I think they're giving me. Okay, look at that one right there. Good job, Jerry Forehand. So, well, there's another one. Okay, and here when I got to the house, this one they kept and cleaned. They released quite a few, but that's not. Good job, fellas. Okay, all right, and also, and Billy Grantham mentioned this yesterday on the show, getting back to freshwater on Lake Seminole with the FWC, doing plant control in that red area, the pink, sort of pinkish area right there. I forget how many thousand acres, let's see. 715 acres are emergent. And what they're talking about, emergent, the plants that are getting ready to come out, there's this time of year, that late summer bloom, they want to get them this fall. Now hopefully they'll get them next spring. And when you do weed killer and all that, you can't just do it one time. You usually have to reapply. So that's what they're doing. And it's really, I haven't been to that area, but I've talked to a couple of people that they said they've taken over the whole area. So hopefully that'll help clear things up. All right, let's take our final break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. I was thinking over the weekend, I wanted to start our fall sweepstakes, how we give things away. We call them summer sweepstakes, fall sweepstakes, or whatever. So let's start our fall sweepstakes early with some tackle from Weewall Wiggler Bait and Tackle. We've given some away during the summer, and we're still in the summertime, but we'll call this either late summer sweepstakes, early fall sweepstakes. So I won't go through all of the stuff we're going to put in here, but the jig heads, let's see, swivels. How about some big bite baits? Big bite baits, we'll put all in here, a couple of them. Spinners, goodness gracious, that's spinners. Look at there. That's a good color right there. So you can see I'm just in the hooks. I'm going to throw it all in here. More swivels, more hooks. Let's see. Grub tails, different here. All right. That's a good one right there. That's good saltwater. That'll catch a redfish. And more swivels. And we're going to tell you what we're going to do. Look, that's a woolly bully. All right, we got that, all that in here. Got some more. And we're going to add a raised speck jig, okay, a raised speck jig. And before I draw, let's see, we're asking about where to get a raised speck jig. Neil Jones, I know you watched the show, and he texted me the other day about he fishes with a raised speck jig. So here's the address right here. It's called the Comic Emporium. Captain Roy's son, Greg, that's his business. So it's right there. That's 231, okay, 77 and 231. I'll see that right there, Comic Emporium. There's a phone number, bottom left-hand corner, 769-2690. So he carries them. He's had that Comic Emporium quite some time now, and that's a good outlet for him. So if you're looking for a place to get the raised speck jig, that's it right there. Okay, so we're going to throw that in here too. So that's a nice collection. And to top it off, how about Jeff Peck's A Walk Through Nature, a beautiful video of a beautiful area in the Florida Panhandle before Hurricane Michael. So it's really cool. We were looking at some pictures of Sunday dinner. We had the family over, and they were showing, and Chip and Jill and the girls live over in the Pretty Bayou area, in the Kings Point area. And they wanted to grow, Maddie ran across some pictures of the trees before the hurricane, and all they showed the before and after. And it's amazing that all the trees that are gone all through the Panhandle that's happened. And it's amazing. So I told them, honey, they're going to grow back, but it's going to take a little while. All right, let's move on. We're going to go ahead and do the drawing for a big tackle giveaway. And the winner is going to be all the way from Panama City Beach, Michael Getz, G-O-E-T-Z, Michael Getz. Okay, Michael, congratulations. We'll put you right here on the side here. Now, move on. I wanted to talk about this little email I got. This one, I wanted to share this with you. Oh, this sort of hits my heart right here. From Debbie Burlew. Hi, my husband and I love your show. Okay, this is a different one. Is there a way to order Panhandle Outdoors ball cap and how do I enter the drawing? Okay, so we're going to go ahead, Debbie. We're going to go ahead and get you a drawing in here and let you know about the ball cap. We just don't have Travis is not able to do it anymore. We don't have a way to get that stuff out anymore as far as the clothing and decals and all of that. So, but we're going to work on it. Okay, here we go. This is one that hits my heart. The other one hits my pocketbook, I guess. But this one hits my heart. Check this one out. From Melanie Sellers. Read this. Do you know anyone that teaches fishing to old people or fishing club that can help? We just retired and I bought a rod for the bay but need help. Melanie Sellers. You know what? We're always talking about, we're always promoting young people outdoors, but folks, there are a lot of older people that would love the outdoors and would love to get out there and do things just like her. So if you know of anyone that can help her, I'm going to touch base with her and give her a little bit of advice. But if we could just get a group of, not old people, a group of people more mature than other people, and maybe just like we're talking about the fishing club, doing those things once a week or a couple times a month or the third Wednesday or whatever you want to put up. We'd love to see that. Okay. All right, now, I'm going to mention this about every day this week. Seasons of Hope tournament coming up Saturday, September 16th. It's going to be a good time. I tell you a good idea, run by the Shriners to get you a plate of fish and go to the weigh-in here. That'd be a good way to spend Saturday. Then you got a couple hours of fish Saturday morning. So anyway, one thing I'm going to do, I was thinking about trying to, just get people excited about going. I'm going to be there. Of course, Video and Gellin and I'll be there. And I know several other folks who will come to the weigh-in and buy some raffle tickets and all. I'm going to bring some decals, okay? I'm going to give away some decals. If you want a Panhandle Outdoor decal, that's a solid one there. And this one, these blank ones, you can't tell now, but they're the winter decals. I wanted to spend some time. I've run out of time. I'd rather overplan than underplan, so I always end up with more stuff than I need on the show. I really want to talk about the water temperature, and I want to show you a picture of it. I'm going to talk about it more later on this week. This is a color image of the sea surface temperature. And I wanted to bring this was just a couple weeks ago, and it's just, you see that, of course, it's redder or it's hotter, but man, look at the coastline along the Gulf Coast now, especially south of us. And we're going to talk more about this because what I want to do, they're saying, I've looked at all kinds of research, and not just one group, all groups are saying this record-setting Gulf of Mexico water temperature this year. But we're about at a point now where it's going to start dropping just a little bit. We're right here in mid-September almost, and that water temperature is going to start dropping. And you know what that means. A lot of y'all have been asking about surf fishing. I said October close to us, but it really starts just as soon as that water temperature starts dropping. You'll start seeing a little bit of movement. But it's going to be interesting to watch this year and see, with it being so hot, if it's going to be a delayed or will it actually drop fast enough and just get them up here real quick. So we'll see, and we're going to talk about it more later on. All right, appreciate you watching the show. Always take care of our sponsors and do something good for someone else. And God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.